And some of the red flags, some things that, could have you not qualify is if your FICO score is too low, if you have unstable income that you can't verify or explain, if you have too much debt, like I was talking about your debt to income ratio, or if you don't have enough funds to close. Now, one thing that I do always like to explain is that you could calculate your debt to income ratio yourself. You're going to take your gross monthly income. That's your student loans, any loans, car payments, anything that you pay to a creditor, plus how much you think you want to pay for your mortgage. So say I want my mortgage to be $1,500 and I have $2,000 worth of debt. That's $3,500. Your income, you divide your gross monthly income by your monthly debt. And that number determines your debt to income ratio. And each program has its different guidelines. So, conventional, we can't go over 50%. For FHA, you can go up to 56%. So some people, think that they're going to qualify for a conventional, but they have too much debt. So we can qualify them, but they have to do FHA. And that's not a bad thing. It's, it helps you get into a home. USDA is, I think, like 43. It's pretty tough to get a USDA loan, but it's a 100% financing program. And it's for, if you want to move out to more rural areas. And then VA is like the best program ever. Like, as long as you're a VA and you're eligible, they pretty much hook you up and put you into a home. So if you're a veteran and you're looking to purchase a home, you're sitting pretty. But the last thing, like people, they want to know investment properties versus single you living in the home, your primary residence. Just keep in mind that most of the programs require you to, if you're purchasing a home, it has to be your primary residence. FHA, USDA, and VA, those programs, it has to be your primary residence. If you're looking to, this to be your second home or an investment property, 9 times out of 10, we're going to put you in a conventional loan, just because the guidelines get a lot more strict when you use those other programs. So I know that's a lot to take in, but it's just important to talk to a good lender who is going to dig through everything and put you on the right track. A lot of these big banks, they just ask you like 10 questions and they give you a letter, and they don't run it through underwriting. And you go out and you shop and you're like, Nikisha, Kyona, I got my, my letter from, Bank of Georgia, and y'all out shopping. And then you get under contract, and then they start collecting docs. They start collecting everything, and then they send it through underwriting. And then the underwriter's like, whoa, nope, we can't do this because, we found something on their tax returns and we have to deduct income. They don't have enough income now. And people are baffled because they're like, but why? You told me that I was approved, but I'm really not. So make sure that, you are getting with a lender who is really going to do a true pre-approval. If you got a letter and you didn't submit all those documents, they probably didn't truly, you probably got a pre-qualification. And if you got some stuff going on, just make sure you get a pre-approval. And that's so important, because the last thing you want to do is get under contract and be at risk of losing thousands of dollars when you put down your earnest money and you can't close, because sometimes you don't find out until after there's a period where you have to prove that, you're going to move forward. And that's called a financial contingency. And if we got to make sure that, you can do that. So call me. I'm here all the time. I love answering questions. I love coaching you through the process. And I'm your girl.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you. That really was educational. I like that. Thank you.
You're
very much so.
Thank you for all of that, Youlonda.
You're welcome.
So now we're going to the other sexy piece to this puzzle, and that's with our insurance broker, Brenda.
Exciting times. Good evening, everybody.
How important is insurance?
It's very important. You can't go under underwriting and they won't approve it without having that declaration page attached to to all your other documents submitted to underwriting. Usually I work a lot with mortgage lenders and as well as real estate agents when it comes to home insurance, or you can contact me directly. I'm available pretty much, well, actually 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, but I can be reached after hours at times as well. But yeah, we also, we don't do hard pulls on credit. We do soft pulls, but that definitely impacts your insurance premium on your home, your credit score, the age of the roof, the claims that you've had previously. All this factors into your insurance premium, which is part of your factors into DTI. Am I correct, Youlonda? The DTI homeowners insurance, how does that work with your, there's usually sometimes a budget that we have to.
Yes, so that goes into your monthly payment. So you have your principal mortgage payment, but then we have to add in the homeowners insurance monthly, and we also have to add in how much you're going to pay for your taxes. So we as the lenders, right now I'm averaging about $120, and that's high.
Mhm.
But I do that because you shop around, you call Brenda and she gonna hook you up. And she might say like your homeowner's insurance is really gonna be like $90 a month. And so that extra $90 gets added to your monthly payment, and you still have to qualify based on that monthly payment. So
I love being a broker because I'm able to bring in the best premium with the best coverages, and you're not pulling away from any coverages. And you have all the carriers working for you. So we have about 4 or 5 carriers that are just amazing with insurance, homeowners insurance. We have carriers that are, we have over 20 carriers. So we can, and what you're looking for, we can definitely bring to the table. Like if you're shopping for auto, or if you're shopping for commercial insurance, with all the carriers we have, we can definitely find a fit for you.
So I know that you don't really dig too much into health insurance or life insurance, but we're all connected to people who can help you in that process. So one thing that Brenda said that kind of struck home was if you have claims, how that affects you when you're getting insurance. So for people who are moving from out of state, does that automatically wipe off of their record because now they're moving into another state?
No, unfortunately, claims come, it depends on the insurance carrier. Some carriers will only go back 3 years, well, as others will go back up to 5 or 6 years. So I do factor that in. We try not to, just a little bit tidbit here. Claims, it really has to be something unexpected and something that's inevitable, like unexpected or all of a sudden. These are insurance claims. Home maintenance is really up to the homeowner. I know I get a lot of claims for roofs, or I see a lot of claims that people, unfortunately, sometimes they don't even qualify for home insurance because of the claims that they've tried, where there's zero payout. And they have tried, I know there's roofers that come to the neighborhoods. I've had roofers come to my house after storms and try to get me to file a claim on my roof, but you have to be really careful with claims, especially nowadays. Underwriting is getting a little tougher, so is insurance. So yeah, just make sure it's a valid claim. You can even call if you have questions about should I file this claim, you can call me directly. I will talk to you, and then we'll go through it step by step, and I'll let you know if you need to file the claim or not. So just don't let them rack up, because after 3 claims in a 60-month period, you are ineligible for homeowners insurance with some carriers. So then that brings us to a whole nother fire. And then Youlonda's choking me out because I'm not delivering her documents on time. So yeah, feel free to call me. I'm available if you have any questions or concerns, especially with claims. If you're my client, I always tell my clients to call me first before you even call and submit a claim.
Okay. And if you can put your information in the chat, that would be very useful.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who we have on left, but we want to make sure that we have this information readily available for anybody to reference. So one of the questions that someone asked was about, museums and art and culture. And this last slide, as we conclude, was just talking a little bit more about what we love about Georgia, right? So schools, for me, again, phenomenal. I've had really great experiences so far with the school systems, and looking forward to my children going to college here as well, because there's so many programs available for scholarships and grants available for students to go into Georgia schools. And that's something that is bigger than I've ever seen before back home. Diversity.
I love the jazz festival every year. I love the music festivals. I love the festivals in the fall. I love when I go home, like I can go home and I'm near the beach and good seafood, and then I could come into the back home and I'm in the city, and it's just a totally different experience.
I'd agree. My music festivals here are my favorite. They're just my favorite, and we have so many. We have about, I think, 10 or more music festivals: the Jazz Fest, the One Fest, Shaky Knees, Shaky Beats, Midtown, Music Midtown.
Music Midtown's coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, just
We have it all.
I saw the lineup for the I think it's the One Music Festival. Is that what it is?
And maybe that's One Music Fest that's coming.
Yeah,
Like
One Music Fest.
big, huge artists for like 3 days on like 3 different stages. It's big time.
Yes, I'm excited about that. But even like the local spots that have live music, like I went to City Winery last night and had a chance to experience that. But they have artists there every week, right? All throughout the week, but not just there. There's a lot of restaurants that host live music almost every night of the week. It just depending on, the type of music you're looking for, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wineries. Nikisha and I took a trip up to, well, I'd be lying if I said I knew what cities we went to. It was just north.
Alto, Georgia.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's north.
Look
it's
at you.
north.
Alto, North Georgia. So that would be beyond out the perimeter, right? That's like
yes,
out.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely beautiful. We got a chance to experience sweet vineyards. And what made these vineyards different from anything that I've ever seen before is they specialize in sweet types of wine. So it was wine made from, I think one wine was made from watermelon, which I had never even heard of before. Right? Nikisha, help me out here. It was, I think, a wine made from blueberries.
Muscadine. So they had blueberries, they had muscadine. And it was like a fruity vineyard. And so that's kind of how he explained how they made the majority of their wines. They all kind of stemmed from various fruit.
And then there was another winery we went to that made their wine from honey.
So a meadery.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's when you see the
I've had that before.
That lets you know. Mm-hmm.
That's very Georgia. That's very Georgia. You don't have it anywhere else. Meter.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Me neither. But until I came here, I was like, what?
So my point is, if you're looking for wine, I mean, we went to 3 different wineries in one day, but there's so many. So you have live music, you have culture, very diverse. You have parks and recreations. We have breweries, Brenda.
Yes.
I never like breweries, but I think there's like a brewery in every city.
I love it. Some actually, there's in Gwinnett County, we now have about 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you're into beer, craft beers, you have a wide variety to choose from. So